In fact, it was all Sarah, as the Bible would have it, in Genesis 21:10. In fact, it was all done in accordance with the divine scheme, so that the stone which the builders rejected should become the head of the corner. Matthew 21:42 and Psalm 118:22. Ishmael was that stone. For whereas the descendants of Israel came numerous prophets, from the descent of him was cast into the wilderness, and whom the Israelites began to hate, though he was their brother, came the last of the prophets, who became the head of the corner. The strong conviction of Abraham and Ishmael with the Kaaba is thus voiced in the Holy Quran. When Abraham and Ishmael raised the foundations of the house, our Lord accept from us. And that's from 2:127. From this it appears that Abraham and Ishmael rebuilt the Kaaba, that it was there already is shown by Surah 14:37 as by 3:96, which calls it the first house appointed for men, all of humanity. Abraham is also stated to have prayed for Mecca to be made the spiritual center of the world. Surah 14, ayat 35 and 2, ayat 126 says, "My Lord, make this city secure and save me and my sons from worshipping idols." And Abraham and Ishmael prayed for the raising up of a prophet among their descendants. Surah 2, ayat 128 and 129 says, "Our Lord, make us both submissive to Thee, and from our offspring a nation submissive to Thee, and show us our ways of devotion, and turn to us. Surely Thou art the oft-returning, the merciful. Our Lord, raise up in them a messenger from among them, who shall recite to them Thy messages, and teach the book and the wisdom, and purify them. Surely Thou art the mighty, the wise." It is in reference to this prayer that the Holy Prophet is reported to have said, "I am the prayer of my father Abraham." The prayer for a nation submitting to Thee, or a Muslim nation, as contained in Surah 2, 128, was clearly prophetical at the time of its revelation. For their circumstances were then against such a nation coming into existence, and the few scattered Muslimin against overwhelming numbers of opponents who were bent upon their extermination could not be called a nation. Another trait of Abraham's character in which he represents the Holy Prophet is that he was very lenient towards his foes, so much that he pleaded for Lot's people to be saved, though he knew that they were transgressors. Surah 11:74-76. His prayer contains the memorable words, "So whoever follows me, he is surely of me, and whoever disobeys me, thou art surely oft-forgiving, merciful." Surah 14:36. Thus he invoked divine mercy even for his enemies, and notwithstanding that he had to sever connection with these opponents. Surah 60, ayat 4 says, "We are clear of you and of that which you serve besides Allah. We disbelieve in you, and there has arisen enmity and hatred between us and you forever, until you believe in Allah alone." Exactly in the same manner was the Holy Prophet compelled to sever his connection with the unbelievers. Yet, in his hour of triumph, when all those enemies had left no stone unturned to annihilate al-Muslimin were at his mercy, he forgave them all. On another occasion, when the Prophet was asked to pray for the destruction of his enemies, when he received severe injuries on the battle of Uhud, he raised his hands and prayed thus, "O Allah, forgive my people, for they do not know." Lot. Lot was contemporaneous with Abraham, according to the Quran as well as the Bible. But while the former recognizes him as a prophet, the latter does not. He is, however, considered as a righteous servant of God, and it was on account of this righteousness that he was saved from the punishment which overtook Sodom and Gomorrah. In 2 Peter 2, 7 and 8, he is called just Lot, whose soul was vexed with the filthy deeds of the Sodomites. Genesis 19:30-38, which speaks of Lot's incestuous intercourse with his daughters in a state of intoxication, is, however, a clear denial of his righteousness and shows that the Bible record is not trustworthy in this manner. The Holy Quran does not accept this story and plainly states of Lot as one of the prophets of God on several occasions. And Lot, when he said to his people, "Surely you are guilty of an abomination, which none of the nations has done before you, do you come to males and commit robbery on the highway and evil deeds in your assemblies?" So, and to assemblies, we have Surah 29 at 28 and 29. So it wasn't just some consensual sexual action. They were doing, they were attacking people and making things public and whatnot. Surah 26, 160-162. The people of Lot gave the lie to the messengers when their brother Lot said to them, "Will you not guard against evil? Surely I am a faithful messenger to you." The punishment which overtook Lot's people, although sometimes called simply a rain, is plainly stated to be a rain of stones. See Surah 11, ayat 82, 1574, and 1573. It is called a rumbling, and thus is shown clearly that it was an earthquake, and thence the place is said to have been turned upside down. Could have been a sulfurous gas explosion, too. Surah 1574 said turned upside down. As regards to Lot's wife, the Holy Quran simply says that she was destroyed along with the Sodomites, as she did not go with Lot, according to Surah 7, ayat 83, and does not accept the Bible's statement that she was turned into a pillar of salt. Now, perhaps she was blasted with salt and then it got exaggerated a bit, but yeah.